Hey Archons, welcome to another video. This is the follow-up to my previous video on ambassadors. This is the deck that has two ambassadors. This is actually one of my absolute most favorite decks. I've talked about it before. It has such an amazing story behind it. I was accidentally sent this deck when I ordered another deck, and the person just told me to keep it. I mean, it was only a 56 SAS deck, so it was nothing to write home about, but it hits so high above its weight class, and it happens to have a Martian generosity in it just to make it a little bit more juicy. No other thing to combo off with it in that way, but I find that I use it in a really great way to set up my other houses. It has a triple Mars needs Ember, which is amazing. And then it has over here a helper bot, which can be really helpful, a double library of babble, double Titan librarian, and then a ZOX researcher, not to mention a master the theory, which is great. And so yeah, it just provides just a lot of really interesting things that can just pop off in a great way, and it does in fact pop off. Ember conduction unit to slow your opponent down. The Plague Master, which kind of works against me but can be good as well, so I have to be careful with that one. And then you have the Proliferator to recur. Most likely, honestly, it's not Martian Generosity. That is not what I'm looking for. It's the Mars needs Ember, or even maybe a Mars first that I would rather have. It's truly the Mars needs Ember. And then having a Beam Buckler really helps with Mars needs Ember. Means a guaranteed 2 is going to go down, so I love that. And when we go over to the Sanctum side, here's where we're going to be spending most of our time talking today. It has a Lion Boutrum, the key to having ambassadors. Having a Boutrum with ambassadors means that they're 3 power, then an upon the Armor Smith means they can take 4 damage. Those things all go together so well. A Bod, which is incredibly helpful for getting your opponent off a key and buying you a turn to maybe go ahead. And then a double Golden Aura with a Smite, which is perfect for my logos and Mars Ambassador. Barrister Joya, super handy in this deck. It provides a distraction. Opponents have to deal with this, allowing me to do other things and really focus on my game plan. I also like the ambassadors for the potential to make Prince Derek go off a little bit more easily and get that nice burst. This deck bursts like insane. It hits so high above its weight class. It's actually staggering. I played it against a deck that I thought for sure I was going to get trounced with. It's like a punctuated equilibrium autoencoder deck with like 2 or 3 savage clashes. It had I can't remember all the cards, but it was a really solid deck, and we played a best of 3 in the end, and this deck took it, and I couldn't believe just as a 58 how it hits. We were playing in the casual queue, but they were well matched in terms of they didn't have the greatest Ember control, but had really cool tricks, and so it was a really fun casual matchup. But I've had this go against other decks, and really it stands its own, and you have a ton of fun playing it win or lose, which is well known to be a sign of a good deck. Having fun whether you win or lose, amazing deck. So yeah, this also harder they come to purge high creatures, destroy creatures with even power. This does work with this. For example, there's Hex Beyonds in here, so I'm not mad at that. But then you also have Titan Librarians that could be fodder, so that's the one caveat there. But yeah, this deck does things in an incredible way, and the Logos and Mars Ambassadors are truly the stars of the show. It allows me to just do these insane turns. It's a lot of fun, and I absolutely love playing this so much. Like I just can't wait to play it some days, and I just crave the experience that it provides for me when I'm playing KeyForge. And the fact that I didn't even like choose this, it was accidentally sent to me, and then I just kind of like rolled with it. I'm like, well, I might as well play it since it was sent to me, and I'm gonna end up keeping it. And then when I played it, I was like, okay, what is this here? What do I have here? And I realized that I lucked out. I sent the person actually who sent it me the price they were selling the deck for, because I enjoyed it so much, and it wasn't just a useless deck that I had lying around. I was playing it regularly, so I felt I would be wrong for me to not pay for it, even though it was their mistake. It still felt disingenuous to have something that I enjoyed so much to not be paid for properly. So I did do that because I mean they had to pay shipping twice, so it was the least I could do. You may have heard this story before. I've told it a few times because this deck is very significant to me. And yeah, I highly recommend, as I mentioned in my previous video, looking for decks that have a couple ambassadors in it, especially because that means you can essentially hit up all your houses just with Sanctum. Very powerful. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. I just wanted to tap into this and share my love and excitement for Iamor, the Architect of Glory, and glory is found within this deck in so many great ways. Hope you've enjoyed this video and my insights into the game of KeyForge. If you really want to give me a hand, please share this video. Like, if you're not subscribing, please do so. I would really appreciate that. And just let people know who are getting into KeyForge to come to Boulevard Blake and hopefully be entertained and be provided with some insights that maybe they haven't considered before. So as always, folks, may your Ember never be stolen and your keys forged promptly. Have a good one.